Lilly and her rangers break camp outside the mine shaft and head north along the river to the settlement of Quartz. Lilly still has the Visa card for the head crusher in her breast pocket. We get into town, we find a graveyard surrounded by a high stone wall. The cemetery gates are chained shut and locked. Chained gates makes Lily's job difficult. Billy's able to break the chains and open the gates. Spirits pop out from a grave. 3 shambler ghouls at 10 feet. Billy beats the last one back into its grave. Vorla adjusts her glasses and reads some of the tombstones. Rest in peace, Mediocre Phred. In memory of Richard Pickman. A broken toaster? 2 bills? Okay. Reserved for Finster. Grave of the Unknown Mutant. Ken St. Andre, born April 28, 1947, died April 28, 1987. Lester Moore, shot by a .44, no less, no more. I'm not sure who Richard Pickman is, but Ken St. Andre was one of the game's designers who worked for Electronic Arts at the time. Apparently, we're not alone. 2 humanoids at 10 feet. Before these jokers can even stroke their mohawks, Lily plugs one and Billy cracks the other. Lupin Hells. On the corner is Scott's bar. Inside it's noisy and smoky with many people and tables. The bar's on one side and a low stage on the other. A pretty barmaid speeds by. Her name tag says, "Hi, I'm Ellen." She only stands still near the bar. Lily can't help but notice that the windows have bars over them. Looking out onto the street, things look pretty quiet. There's graffiti on the wall that says, "Check out the head crusher in the back corner." "Rosie, stay off the tables." An impish oldster grins as we come up to his table. He says, "You look bright. Any good at riddles? Answer right, be rewarded." His eyes twinkle. "But you have to buy me a drink, bucko. Riddles are thirsty work." Lily's curious, but first she wants to find the head crusher. As we leave his table, the old Riddler laughs. "You'll be back when your curiosity gets the better of you." Ellen speeds by again. On the way to the bar, we pass another old man sitting at a table, looking glum. "Buy me a drink, kiddo?" Lily ignores him. We reach the bar, and Billy's already starting. She pushes in close and gets shoved in the shoulder. "Watch where you push, boy chick." Boy chick? Billy shoves back. These are members of Ugly's gang. Yellow-toothed snarls distort their twisted features. 5 punkers and 1 new waver at 2 feet. Check it out. That's no iPod. That's an old-school Walkman for playing cassette tapes. Rosie sticks the last punker, and we find $85. "Hey, no drunks on the bar," yells the bartender. Rosie. Lily takes a stool. The barkeep wipes up a spill. "How do, Rangers? I'm Scott, and this is my place. What'll it be?" Lily asks what's been going on in Quartz. "I wish I had time to chat," moans Scott. "You may have better luck elsewhere in the bar, though." Lily puts a 5-spot on the bar and asks where we can buy ammo. "You can buy ammo at the store on the corner of Moon and Loop." She orders a shot of firewater. Yikes, that stuff burns all the way down. She adds a single to the 5-spot, asking about the dancers. "You like the mutie cuties, huh? One of them is a terrible flirt. She gets people in trouble." A 20, asking about Ugly and his gang. Ugly has 3 toughs who keep the combination to his vault. They're triplets. A 10, asking about the Riddler. The answer to the last riddle is on the far northeast tabletop. And finally, one last 5-spot, asking about work. A guy named Ace is looking for a few good fighters to go back to Vegas with him. Billy's eyebrows arch. Something nasty's going on there. As Lily gets off the stool, Scott shrugs and continues cleaning. As we walk through the bar, Billy can't help but bump into people. "Hey, quit pushing, Ranger. You're worse than the thugs in Ugly's gang." Graffiti has been carved into one of the tables. It reads, "Dancer." There goes Ellen again. Finally, in a remote corner of the bar, we find the head crusher, a mean-looking wrestler-type thug, smiling vacuously as he drinks from a dirty glass. He invites Lily to sit down. Lily pulls out the Visa card with the Dove hologram and gives it to the head crusher. The head crusher says, "Thank you. Go to the Atchison's tent and tell them caterpillar." Lilly asks what it means. "I sure love to chat, but that topic bores me," he says, while drinking from his cloudy drink. Lilly asks where the dancers are. "You like the mutie cuties, huh?" He tells us about the flirty one that Scott mentioned. In the back of the bar, near the bathrooms, a gun cell steps from the shadows, snapping, "We have a private game here. You're not invited." One outlaw at 28 feet. The card players stop their game. One carries a rifle. One ozoner and 4 outlaws at 41 feet. Lilly wants that rifle. We get 2 of them before Rosie falls unconscious and the rest run away. No rifle, but hey, 3 bills. Here's one that didn't get away. One outlaw at 30 feet. Lilly guns him down with a 9mm. Another leather jacket and his Colt 45. We're in the ladies' room. By the sinks are 2 women who stopped talking when we came in. One lady's been crying. Varla can't wait for privacy. Rosie snickers and points at Vivi. Lilly wants to check if the rifleman is hiding in the men's room. A man walking out gives us a funny look as we enter. Inside, 2 figures are struggling in the corner. One turns and pulls a pistol. "Get out," he snarls. One outlaw at 22 feet. Billy fails to comply. It turns out the other figure was a teenage boy, now collapsed in the corner with his head in his arms. "Don't kill me," he cries. "I'll tell you anything." That's what Lilly likes to hear. She puts away her 9mm and asks him about Ugly's gang. "You haven't heard about Ugly's gang at the courthouse? Talk to the Riddler north of the bar. That old coot sure has weird riddles." Laurie copied one right answer on one of the tabletops. Lilly asks who Laurie is. The kid spits. "Ugly. That leather-wrapped monosynaptic bully. He tried to pick up my sister Laurie." Back in the bar. There goes Ellen again. On one of the tabletops, someone spelled out UQ2U with liquid from a spilled drink. We go by the stage. Several shapely dancers prance out onto the stage. Lily's thinking about maybe liberating one of the mutie cuties from this dive. Who knows? Maybe she'd make a decent ranger. There's a jukebox next to the stage. Varla is adjusting her glasses, trying to find out what songs are available. "Don't touch that dial. We want to hear Rat again." The thugs by the jukebox draw blades and attack. 1 new waver and 3 punkers at 14 feet. Lilly fires a bullet through the last new waver's Walkman into a vital artery. Magnetic tape is everywhere. Lilly sees something written on one of the dead bodies. The words are, "Gen QUART THANA TOES." She gets a flash of insight. Their general headquarters, probably a hideout, uses the password Thanatos. Thugs don't like the way Billy keeps her hair, or lack of it. One ozoner at 14 feet. Varla gives him a makeover with the jimmy. Some graffiti is carved onto one of the tables. It says, "Drink." The locals at one of the tables are talking amongst themselves. They stop, staring at us until we move away. Lilly can just barely hear their conversation. Things have been rather nasty in Quartz, she hears. One of the larger desert bands, led by a guy called Ugly, has taken an intense interest in, civic affairs. Normally a town of our size could drive them off because the bandits don't try all that hard when attacking, but this time they hit us with a vengeance. It's almost like they don't want to remain in the desert. There goes Ellen again. Passed by a table with another old man looking glum. "Buy me a drink, kiddo." Lilly ignores him, too. More graffiti is carved into another table. This time it says URABUTLN. More locals talking amongst themselves. Lilly overhears enough to realize the townspeople are concerned about the mayor and other hostages held by the gang. The mayor's being held hostage? Things in court sound pretty bad. Back in the ladies' room, the 2 women are still by the sink. Lilly whispers something into one of the women's ears and she smiles. "Maybe you can help us," she says. Everyone is worried about Mayor Pedros, but others are held hostage too. Felicia Pedros, his wife, is our friend. We think she's been moved to the outlaw hideout. We hope you'll try to rescue her. And remember what Ellen said when you go to the Stagecoach Inn. They smile and leave. Ellen? We haven't even been able to catch Ellen yet. Lily's ready to try her luck with the Riddler. She buys him a cheap watered-down ale. What is often eaten for breakfast, sometimes eaten at lunch, but usually drunk only at dinner. Liz heard this one before. Toast. Congratulations, that is quite right. So you will have another riddle? First, buy me another drink, okay? Another cheap ale. What is found in the center of both America and Australia? Varla blurts out, Africa, and then adjusts her glasses as she considers that that's even correct. The old man grins, showing yellow teeth. Nice try, he says, but no cigar. Lilly knew it wasn't right. The letter R. Congratulations, that is quite right. So you will have another riddle? First, buy me another drink, okay? Yet another cheap ale. Last riddle, he says, but important. In just 8 letters, how do you compliment the barmaid? Let's talk about Ellen. We saw the answer carved into one of the tabletops. You are a beauty, Ellen. Absolutely correct, he chortles. Tell her so, and your work will become easier. He thanks us for the drinks and leaves. Okay, let's catch Ellen's attention. Lily takes a seat at the end of the bar as far away from Scott as possible, hoping Ellen will serve her instead. It works. Ellen is harried. You got something to say to me? She says brusquely. Lily compliments her, saying, You are a beauty, Ellen. She grins broadly. You are a cutie too, and trustworthy to boot, I bet. Take my room key, Stagecoach 18. You'll know what to do. She winks, goes back to work. Rosie snickers as Lily pockets the room key. Back on the street, we go to the intersection of Moon and Loop. Scott said we could buy ammunition here. The Quartz Emporium, a flamethrower, only $3,000. Look, they sell bulletproof shirts. Lily buys one for herself. And one for each of the girls. She also finally gets herself a rifle, an M19, utilizing 8-shot clips of 7.62mm ammunition. It looks like we could use the manholes to travel across the city via the sewers, avoiding problems on the streets. Like this guy. One cutthroat at 14 feet. Rosie runs out of ammo and has to pistol whip him to death, closing her eyes as she's speckled with blood. We enter an abandoned shack. The building hasn't been used in almost 100 years. There was once a door here, but the squeak of many rats echo hollowly in one empty room. In another, the walls are covered in graffiti. Surprisingly, an old swinging door still opens at Billy's touch. Old as it is, it still works. Inside, another room is old and fragile-looking furniture. No bouncing on the chair, Rosie. It's going to break any second now. Careful, this table is so old and rickety it'll fall apart if Rosie were to even just smile at it. In yet another room, the garbage is knee-deep and feels like it's moving. Another derelict building. Looks dark in here. Looks like we've walked into the local trash dump. Man, this has got to be the worst-smelling room Lily's ever been in, besides Billy's. Something just leaped out from nowhere. 2 gunmen at 14 feet. Rosie gets the last one. She didn't run out of ammo this time. We find the courthouse. Outlaws and guard dogs emerge from a secret hiding place. Who sent you? Billy can't resist. Ugly, she blurts out. Ugly would have given you a password if he'd sent you. You're just troublemakers. What's the word? Lily gives them the password we learned at Scott's bar, Thanatos. Apparently, they changed the password because the gun sales go for their pistols. They look like they can use them, too. 4 marksmen at 36 feet. The scruffy guard dogs attack, too, their knife-wielding masters close behind. 1 knifer and 4 coydogs at 14 feet. Horny works it as Billy smashes the last coydog with a sledge so we can focus on the marksman. Varla hooks the last one with a flat iron. Lily decides we'll come back after we've been to Stagecoach 18. Something just leaped out from nowhere. 1 biker scum at 14 feet. Rosie nails him before he can even swing his chain. Finster and devastation. Another dark, derelict building. This small business has been closed a long time. Hells and devastation. Hells and loco. Lily radios in. No promotion. Hells and rising. Mountain and rising. Mountain and lowest. That's lowest lane. Something just leaped out from nowhere. Again. 1 deserter at 10 feet. Rosie loves her 45. Mountain and loop. Moon and gray bear. Rosie snickers. Mountain and possum. Mountain and pyramid. Dr. Quack's emergency clinic. Again. Good thing nobody's hurt. An old abandoned shack. The dirt and leaves that have drifted in this building are almost a foot deep. We're walking on what's left of the door. I can hear shuffling of small feet in the trash all around us. Doesn't look like a safe place to enter, but it could be Ugly's hideout. Hey Joe, no one gets in without the password. Joe? Thanatos. That's the old password. Who's your section leader? Billy can't resist. Ugly. Who you trying to kid? A huge bouncer stands in our way. One widowmaker at 10 feet. Lily pulls the trigger on her shiny new rifle and nails him to the wall. We've been spotted. One pistolero at 20 feet, but he's running away. We chase him all the way into the main hall, where, guess what? More pistoleros. In the kennels, even more pistoleros, but now with coy dogs barking like mad behind a chain-link fence. Climb the fence and firewall perched on top. Rosie puts down the last coy dog with her favorite firearm. In the lounge, yep, more pistoleros. The bookcase is full of mercenaries, spies, and private eye books. Really surprised anyone in Ugly's gang can even read. In the bunkhouse, yep, more pistoleros. Varla breaks into some cabinets which turn out to contain bottles of an unknown chemical. Billy takes the bottles to analyze later. As Billy walks by a pile of laundry, 2 coy dogs leap out. 2 coy dogs at 10 feet. Horny dances as Billy flattens the last with the sledge. In the officers' club? Yep, more pistoleros and empty closets. Lee decides we'll come back after we've been to Stagecoach 18. Finster and Hubcap. Hells and Quail. Welcome to the Stagecoach Inn. There's a sign above the door that says lobby. Inside there's a desk with a sleepy local behind it, working near a file cabinet. A wood railing splits the room. One counter has a sign that reads closed. Lily approaches the other. Looking for info or a room? Rooms cost $50, the clerk says. No charge for that. Lily thinks we could use a break and decides to rent the room. Here's your key, room 10. There's a diner. Place looks deserted, except for the thugs who pull guns. We don't like people hanging around our table. Blow off. 1 gunman and 2 outlanders at 14 feet. After Billy bashes one of their brains in with the hammer, the rest run away. Apparently, this frightened Cookie the cook. He shakes a spoon at us. I told you to stay out of here. He did? He tips a bucket of hot grease onto the floor towards us. I said you'd regret it, he cackles. Billy slips and cracks her head on the edge of the counter. Lily has to tell her to stand down. She just wants to find room 10. Besides, where are we going to eat if she kills Cookie the cook? Exiting the diner, Lily notices the saloon door. It says, Cookie's Chuckwagon. Mulefoot rushes at us. I work for Ugly. I don't have to take that, he snarls. 1 Mulefoot at 2 feet. What kind of motel is this? Billy pounds him into something that looks like a raw oatmeal cookie. Mulefoot had $1. Room 10. Varla adjusts her glasses and checks the room. A plain table, a dingy bed that leans against the wall, its legs barely holding it up, and a chair slumping by the wall. Lily's nosy and puts her ear to rooms 11, 12, 13, and 14. Past a door that's stenciled housekeeping. Lily doesn't hear anything behind rooms 16, 17, 19, or 20 either. Room 18. Ellen's room. When Lily opens a door, she startles a woman in a wheelchair. Hi, I'm Laurie, she says. My mom Ellen said you'd come by. So I can be sure you're okay, tell me what you said to Mom or what she said to you. Lily reads off the 8 letters. You are a beauty, Ellen. You're all okay. We must be careful. I'm sure you'll free our town. Take what is on the table. It will help you free our town. The hostages are on the 3rd floor of the courthouse. A back stairway goes up from the 1st floor. The stairs are in the file room. The doors are steel and they're not heavily protected. We've learned that the password into the courthouse is MUERTE. Wow, Laurie knows a lot. From the table, we grab manglers, grenades, and some cash. Can you believe the stagecoach has a swimming pool? The twins want to go swimming, but Lily insists we don't have the time. Back to the courthouse to free the mayor and any other hostages Ugly's gang might have. At the entrance, the outlaws grab their pistols. 3 gunmen at 50 feet. Oh, and slavering, hungry, iron-jawed dogs bound toward us, too. We're a bag of dog chow in their eyes. 8 coy dogs at 14 feet. Varla creams the last gunman with the crowbar, but not before Lily's rifle jams and she's swarmed by coy dogs, knocking her unconscious. There's glass walls near the entryway and a glass-enclosed atrium to the west. The atrium is encased in ceiling-to-floor glass walls. "Hey, what are you doing in here?" A pug-faced man laughs and lets the hungry mongrels loose to attack. 2 knifers and 3 coydogs at 10 feet, and marksmen crouch in the doorway with pistols lipping flame. 2 pistoleros at 36 feet. Rosie nails the last pistolero with the 45. Lilly radios in. No promotion. We hear voices shouting in the next room. 3 gunmen at 50 feet. Horty gets busy as Billy wallops the last into the ground. There's a locked steel vault door. Vault doors make Lily's job difficult. Varla's able to crack the combination. Past some file cabinets is a stairwell, the stairs Laurie told us to use. We climb the stairs into the darkness to the 3rd floor, where we find another locked steel vault door. Varla's fingers do the cracking. A locked door? Billy's turn. Another locked door. Billy doesn't even give Pink the chance. From a dark corner attacks, 2 pistoleros at 14 feet. Billy smashes the last into the floor below. We can see the 1st floor atrium from all the way up here. The glass walls rise through all 3 stories. A faded wall poster says, "Do yourself a favor and stay clean." Lily notices the sign that hangs from the ceiling by rusty chains, Quartz City Jail. A fat guy locks the door and looks curiously at us, then shrugs and unlocks the door. He grunts as he leaves. "You look like you know what is what. Not my problem." Lily's guessing the hostages are here in the jail cells. Varla's able to get us in. When she opens the first cell, a man leaps out of bed and before anyone can react, runs out of the cell. Probably not the mayor. Varla opens the 2nd cell where we find the mayor. "Hi, I'm Mayor Pedros. Please rescue me." "Look at the mayor. Must be trying to show off his chest hair or something. Thank you for rescuing me." The mayor doesn't have a weapon. Lily hopes he knows how to make a fist. Varla opens the 3rd cell. "Watch out, this guy's nuts. 1 wacko prisoner at 10 feet. Rosie whacks him alright." Varla can't seem to crack the 4th and final cell. Billy pushes Pink out of the way and fires a mangler at the door. It's empty inside except for graffiti on the wall that says, "Darwin equals Proteus." Okay, time to get the mayor out of here. Lily pulls a pin on a grenade and tosses it by the glass walls of the atrium. The glass shatters and our boots crunch on the debris as we approach the ledge. We climb all the way down using the vines on the south wall. Everybody, including the mayor, climbs down, sliding through leaves and landing safely on the 1st floor. We make a quick escape through a hidden tunnel, disappearing under some rocks. We emerge at the other end through a trap door. We startle a sleeping hobo and he runs off. It's the back of the stagecoach. The bum's blocking the doorway. "Bub, you got some for me? I would sure appreciate some." We gave all the snake squeezins we had to the hobo oracle in the desert nomad camp. Lily was going to have Billy pound him into hobo hummus, but surprisingly the game wouldn't let her. We have to go back, through the atrium and out the courthouse front door. Back at the stagecoach, we return to room 10 to figure out what to do with the mayor. Lily decides to keep him on, if only for a bullet shield. Lily has Billy break into housekeeping with the mangler. The shelves have a few bottles of soapy solutions and cans of chemicals. This must be a classy hotel. There are packs of paper strips to put around toilet seats. Varla's able to break into a locked wooden cabinet. Just as she opens the door, we hear a voice behind us. "You have no business here." 2 housekeepers at 10 feet. Billy cleans house. We grab the servo motor. The hobo is still here. Lily radios in. No promotion. At the Quartz Emporium, we pick up some snake squeezins for the stagecoach hobo, just in case we have to return to the courthouse and make another quick escape. Rosie does the honors. He says, "Thanks a lot," and leaves. Back to Ugly's hideout. Remember pistoleros? We still have to find the mayor's wife. The door at the end of the hall says, "I'm ugly, and you're not." Billy's not laughing. Inside, we find a map of Quartz on the wall. The wall map is covered with scribbled remarks that are virtually unreadable. A star over one building in the southeastern section of town has the legend "Bar," trouble spot, scrolled over it. A skull decorates another building in the central eastern part of the town. The word hideout covers it. An arrow leading from the word draws attention to another building diagonally to the southwest though it has the word secret spelled with a K, painstakingly written beside it. Lily's surprised Ugly can write. A door leads to another room at the back of the hideout. A voice from inside says, "What took you so long?" You see the mayor's wife wired in a chair with a bomb in her lap. Ugly John stands near with an Uzi in one hand and a dead man switch in the other. Lily steps forward. "Hold it. I wouldn't come any closer if I were you." The mayor turns to Lily, anguish washing across his face, and says, "We must save my wife." Ugly says, "Let me walk out of here alive, and I'll give you the code that will let you disarm the bomb. You don't look like you could do it without it. Is it a deal?" Lily's not going to make a deal with Ugly. Besides, Varla should be able to handle the bomb. She looks at Varla. Varla's adjusting her glasses. "Okay, have it your way. I'm going to blow you to bits. One Ugly John at 63 feet. You thought he wouldn't be ugly?" Lily and Rosie open fire at Ugly while Billy runs straight for him with the sledge in hand. Varla and the mayor run for the mayor's wife. Lily kills Ugly, but another guard is still standing. Varla tries to disarm the bomb in the mayor's wife's lap while a firefight ensues around her. She stops the yellow light, but the red light is still flashing. Varla successfully disarms the bomb. The mayor's wife is grateful. We take her under our protection. Billy takes care of that guard. An Uzi and bulletproof shirt for the mayor's wife. Not bad for a housewife. But the vault is sealed tight and Varla can't crack it. At Scott's bar, we heard about the triplets. They have the combination. But they're at the courthouse. Lily wants whatever's in that vault. Lily radios in. No promotion. Okay, back to the courthouse to get the combination to Ugly's vault. We take the secret tunnel from Stagecoach Housekeeping. On the first floor, Varla picks the lock for a door previously unchecked. 2 coy dogs at 14 feet. The mayor steps up and pummels the last one to death with his bare hands. Second floor. "Hey Stinger, we got intruders. 1 knifer at 14 feet. And friends." Lily nails the last one. Varla breaks us into what looks like an office. On the desk is a piece of paper. Lily studies the torn piece of paper in her hand. Originally written in red ink, the text has turned into large fuzzy blotches of pink. Though mostly unreadable, Lily makes out the word MUERTE, followed by hideout, Thanatos. But Thanatos has been scratched out and KAPUT has been written under it. More evidence of Ugly's stupidity. Back in the hole, a couple of thugs are staring at us. One scratches his dirty chin and decides that discretion is the better part of valor. I don't stop. Keep moving. A meeting room. With an Errol Flynn leap, Rosie jumps onto the table. Rosie. Another door. Billy easily opens the door and finds a sleeping guard leaning against the wall. But he was only pretending to sleep. He starts yelling for help. The outlaws draw a dead aim on Billy. 3 pistoleros at 41 feet. A huge man with a strawberry mark on his face aims his rifle at Rosie. 1 Huey at 36 feet. "Huey, help me. Dewey, get out here now." He lunges at Lily with his knife. 1 Louie at 10 feet. Check out Louie. Horny shakes it as Billy batters him, ripping him into a scarlet side of meat. Billy lifts up Louie's lifeless wrist to look at his gold ID bracelet. Twisting it over to view the underbelly, she sees 27 etched on the dulled surface. And check out Huey. He looks just like Louie. These have to be the triplets. Rosie fires a .45 slug dead center into where Huey's suspenders cross on his chest. She then proceeds to clean up the pistoleros with her favorite firearm. Rosie flips the lifeless Huey onto his back with the toe of her boot. After she rummages through his pockets, she starts removing his jewelry, having a particularly hard time working the ID bracelet over his swollen hand. Billy helps her sister to finally separate it from the dearly departed with a hard jerk that pops the bracelet off. Flipping over the bracelet, she reads the only etching, 11. Billy kicks open the last door. "You killed my brother," says an identically marked man. "You're gonna regret it." 1 Dewey at 14 feet. Rosie easily downs Dewey. Twins beat triplets. Rosie unceremoniously rips the bracelet from Dewey's limp wrist. Rubbing against her chest several times to remove the blood, she sees 16 engraved on it. Nice. We have the combination and a bulletproof shirt for the mayor. In the corner is a dead man, the victim of torture, tied to a chair. Lilly will likely leave that little detail out of her report. Lilly radios in. No promotion. Back at Ugly's hideout, Varla checks behind the bar in the officers' club. It turns out there's a secret door that goes to the cellar with 2 cells. In one of the cells, we hear something rustling. Unable to breach the lock, Lilly decides to check Ugly's vault first in case there's a key. Inside, $777. No key. Billy blows the cell door with a mangler. Is somebody inside? I'm Ace. Please get me out of here. This is the guy Scott mentioned who wants to go to Vegas. He and the mayor. Must be trying to show off his chest hair or something. Ace sits up in the cell and stretches his arms. He squints at us as if we're brighter than the desert sun, then allows a small smile to grace his tan, weathered face. Rangers, I should have known. Listen, I've been sent down from Vegas to recruit folks who know the right end of a gun from the wrong. Bandits ain't the only thing crawling out of the desert, and we've got a war on our hands. Interested in heading back with me? Lilly still needs to investigate these disturbances for the Ranger Center. Might as well include Vegas. Billy couldn't be happier. The other cell is empty. Back at Scott's bar, Lilly wants to see if she can liberate a mutie cutie before we leave. Maybe make her a desert ranger. The moment we set foot on stage, some of the dancers run off screaming. A bouncer and his friend step to center stage. You do not belong here, bucko. Get off. 3 bouncers at 10 feet. The mayor hammers his last constituent with his bare knuckles. I guess we scared away the mutie cutie. You chased away the dancers, cries the mob. You have to entertain us. Billy flips off the crowd using both hands. Apparently, a thug didn't like her act. 1 new waiver at 14 feet. The mayor's wife gives him an encore performance with the 9mm. We run out of Scots, taking the sewers to get to the Quartz Emporium. After going through the slimy underground and emerging through a manhole, we find unfriendly foes standing before us. 4 rib crackers at 14 feet. The mayor cracks the last cracker with his bare fists. Lilly makes the mayor give his bulletproof shirt to Ace. The mayor's happy. Can show off his chest hair again. What's in Lilly's report so far? The head crusher has a message for the Atchison tribe at the desert nomad camp, Caterpillar. Ugly John and his bandits had taken the mayor and his wife hostage. Ace wants to go to Vegas and thinks bandits aren't the only thing crawling out of the desert. And it's not easy to make mutie cutie rangers out of mutie cutie dancers.